All right, welcome everybody. Let me clean this camera. This camera's always filthy. This camera's always filthy for some reason. I don't know why. It's always smeared. Every time I stream, it's always smeared. I don't know what it looks like. Welcome. Just going over another little Red Sox stream, I guess, as we wait for opening day to come. Pitchers and catchers report, I believe, February 12th. And opening day is March 27th. So a lot to talk about. 64 more days until opening day starts. When we play the Texas Rangers. When we play the Texas Rangers in Arlington at 4 o'clock Eastern. Got my special Sox hoodie. The only Sox hoodie I actually own. Rim is on fire. I believe I know who this is. I believe this is RC. What's up? Hello. Vibes on the West Coast. If it's, I doubt it. I don't usually cover spring training. I might call a spring training game every now and then, but not usually the biggest into spring training because it's all really like the rookies and the people that I have no idea who are on the roster, probably won't even be on. But I usually somewhat keep an eye on them. So I'm still 50-50. If it's streamable, yeah. It's my watch. Here it is. All right. So first, obviously it says 2025 roster preview and transactions, whatever we have done here in the off season. First thing I did want to say was from a couple days ago. So this was about, it's always on Nesson. Some of the games, though, some spring training games are not televised. Most of them are, but some of them aren't. But I'll have to look. I might, though, actually. I might have to. I'll have to look. I will definitely see. If not, I'm probably making a short about it. But I probably will do it. All right. Oh, yeah, because of Split Squad. Charles is here saying hit the like button and subscribe. So right now, the one bit of news we've gotten over the last couple of days is the Matt McShane trade. Man, we've been trading with the Pirates a little bit recently. As of last month, we traded away Chase Shugart, who we did designate for assignment, but we acquired Matt McShane from the Pirates. Now, if you saw my short about 5 days ago, a couple days ago, you're probably wondering who is Matt McShane? Who is Matt McShane, really? And to be honest with you, I had no idea who he was. I had absolutely no clue. Because apparently we got him because he's a rookie ball pitcher. Yeah. Chat, we got a rookie ball pitcher. And it doesn't even show up on the Sox transaction list, which is hilarious. But he's a 22-year-old pitcher, who we just got from the Pirates. I looked at his MLB page, has no stats. So he's 22, and is going to play on the FCL Red Sox, which is the Florida Complex League. He's going to be starting out. Very, very interesting for that trade. Other than that, we had the Jarren Duran arbitration. The Jarren Duran arbitration hearing, which that was finally settled. Thank God. Because I was very nervous about that last week. Signed Jarren Duran to that 1-year contract with a club option for 2026. And as of right now, we have no remaining players on arbitration. So thank you. And we added a couple of players onto the inviting to spring training. Austin Adams. We've also invited Novani Cruz, Noah Davis, Sean Newcomb, and Robert Stock. Now, Stock, I only know Stock out of those names because he pitched in 2020 in the pandemic season. Not very much, because we had like 30-something pitchers or something start during the bubble. I'm thinking this is NBA. During the pandemic season. And Stock is coming back to the team. which me personally, I barely followed them in 2020, for obvious reasons. But really, not too much of free agency news for this team. Now here, I'm going to ask and then put it in chat. Are we going to sign Bregman, or are we still going after Arenado? Are we even going to get one of them? Because right now, I think it's going to be Bregman. I would like for it to be Bregman. I believe Bregman has better offensive stats, which right now the Sox do need a good bat. But then there's the one part of me where I want the Gold Glove defense at third base, aka Nolan Arenado. But right now, because I'm not really going to go too deep into that, the one thing I did want to look at, I haven't really looked over too much over the last couple of weeks, was as of right now, as of January 22nd, 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Wednesday afternoon. This is the active MLB roster for the Red Sox as of right now. Got pitching all the way down. Some of these guys, you don't even know who. Some of them are going to be on the spring training team and then sent back down. And then all our infielders, outfielders. So, first things first player, of course, got to be on the list. Got to have Brayan Bello. I mean, looking all the pitchers down, I like these pitchers. I mean, Bernardino, I think he might start. I think he's going to do the same thing as last year. Start in AAA, then get called up. Because I believe with the signing of Chapman and Wilson, it's either Wilson or Bernardino is going to start in the minors. Talk about trash. Trash. We got some trashy pitchers. Trash. What's up, PAS? Congratulations on your Flyers win, by the way. Buehler, got Chapman. Yeah, someone asked me yesterday if the Sox were going to trade Chapman away, and I said no. Do I think he's going to be back after this season? Don't think so. But I think he's going to be on the team, at least for this full season, as long as he doesn't play bad, which I don't think he's going to play bad. I think he's probably just going to have the same seasons as he's had before. You know what? Let me look at Chapman last year. 3.79 ERA. Only 14 saves, 61 innings. Yeah, but over his last 7, he had a 1.35 ERA. I did not think we were going to sign Chapman, if I'm being honest, when that signing came through. I've projected the Sox to go 85 and 77. That's what most bet makers have the Sox at, is 85 wins, 86 wins in that area, which is a fair assessment. As of right now, fair assessment. But if they sign a guy like Bregman, I think it got to jump up to at least 88 wins. At least. Carter Crawford. Blech. Please. I really sincerely hope Carter Crawford gets better from last year. If you guys remember from no, we did not talk about Wong. We'll get to him shortly. If you guys remember from last year, I can't remember where I saw it. It was either Twitter or TikTok. But there was an actual graphic where people were saying that Carter Crawford could qualify for the Cy Young. I believe it was against the Chicago Cubs. It was Shota Imanaga and Carter Crawford. Both had like a sub-1 ERA. I think Carter Crawford had a 0.5 ERA at that time. And people were saying he's going to qualify for the Cy Young. I wonder what people were thinking about. I wonder what people were thinking about now when he gave up his 30 plus home runs. I mean, we all remember Carter Crawford starts, right? That 4 home run game. Was it 5? I believe it's a 4 home run game against the Dodgers, the third game into the All-Star break, after All-Star break. I would love to give a chance on Carter Crawford. Don't get me wrong. If not, he's a solid long reliever. I think he's more than likely he'll be the 5 starter. Cooper Criswell. I expect him to be in the AAA team. Because Cooper Criswell is basically the Tampa Bay Rays version of Nick Pivetta. He was basically Nick Pivetta on steroids, somewhat. Because if you guys remember from last year, if you're familiar with my channel last year, when I was calling play-by-play for the Sox, I was either happy that Cooper Criswell was starting, or either like, oh my God, it's terrible. He would either go 4 innings, throw almost 100 pitches, give up almost 5 runs, or he'll go 7 to 8 innings, give up no hits, no runs, no nothing. He's like completely bipolar of his starts. And he had multiple of those starts. Whenever I thought he was going to be good, he stunk. And whenever I thought he was going to do bad, he also kind of stunk. But I'm surprised he's still on the team. I thought it was only a 1-year contract for Criswell, but I expect him, since the signing of Buehler, I expect Cooper Criswell to start in the minor leagues. He has to. There is no way that he gets called up on opening day. There's no way. I refuse to believe that Cooper Criswell starts on opening day. Oh, plus Garrett Crochet. Oh, Garrett Crochet. The good old trade we got. We traded away 4 of our top 15 prospects for Garrett Crochet. 2 years of control left, by the way, if anybody doesn't remember that. Charles says the Sox are going to go 83-79, only 2 wins better than last year. Nah, I'd say PAS is about right, 85, 86 wins. I checked yesterday, and they were favored to have 86 wins at 3rd place in the division. So that's what they were projected on like 2 or 3 app sites. Hey, there's the Yankee fan himself. What's up, Spaceman? I came here for a long. We'll get to the catchers in just a minute. Hunter Dobbins. Who? Who is this guy? To be honest with you, chat, I can't even remember who Hunter Dobbins is. I will come back to him in a minute. Richard Fitts. Last year, we all remember Fitts called up at the September call-ups, had about 2 starts. One of them was against the Chicago White Sox. Played pretty good. I thought he played really well for the limited sample size he had. And we were starting him in actual games. I don't know why I just did that. I have Criswell projected to only make 3 starts. Yeah. We'll see what happens with him. I think he's going to start in the minors. Same thing with Bernardino. Comes up if there's like an injury or something. Last year, he was like a mixture. That same thing. He started every now and then, got pulled. He was basically our long man. And then sometimes if there was an injury, he came into the starting rotation. But I don't want to deal with Cooper Criswell again. I would like to see him in the minors just to get his stuff evaluated. How is our rival roster going? Oh, we're winning the World Series with this roster. We're winning the division with this roster. Now there's probably going to be 87 wins. 86, 87 win roster right here. Plus, if we sign Bregman, there's a chance. There's still the chance. I believe the Sox are the favorites to get Bregman. Giolito actually going to get a first start. Holy crap. I swear. If the Sox pull a Trevor Bauer, Corey Kluber type situation, and they put Giolito as the opening day starter, I'm going to be very confused. Me personally, I think it's going to be Walker Buehler who gets the opening day nod. I don't think it's going to be Garrett Crochet. I highly doubt it's going to be Crochet. Last year it was Bayo, I believe, who got the opening day nod. believe it was. Yeah, it was Bayo. Bayo got the opening day nod. I think he went 5 innings in that start. But judging, I believe Buehler has most of the experience. Probably the more proven veteran. I think he's going to get the opening day nod. I hope it's not Giolito. So I want to see if Giolito actually pitches well. Guerrero pitched very little last year. Hendricks also going to make his Sox debut some point at the end of the season. They're going to set it up so Crochet gets home opener. It might. Let's see. Sox have played 4 against Arlington, 4 against the Rangers, 3 against Baltimore. Oh, yeah, he's probably... Wait. I think he might, depending where he is. There's a good chance of that. Why am I zoning out all of a sudden? Please be something. Some of these guys I just don't want to see. I want to see what Justin Wilson does, though. Like the 36-year-old? No, 37. Justin Wilson, we just signed, by the way, last year at 5 ERA. Another lefty we actually have. Sandoval, not going to pitch till after the All-Star break. Let's see. Quinn Priester, we got last year in that trade. Who did we trade away for that? Who traded away someone to get Quinn Priester at the deadline last year? I can't remember who. Zach Penrod pitched pretty decent. Chris Murphy, don't think he even pitched last year, to be honest. And now, come back to these guys. Josh Winkowski, please get better. Carlos Narvaez, Blake Sabol, and Connor Wong are 3 catchers that are on the roster as of now. Wong is definitely the starter, so people, don't worry about that. Like, I am not worried about Wong as of right now. If Teal was still on the roster, I think Teal would have been the backup. Would have been probably called up probably in like May. Sabol, I have no idea who this guy was, but he hit .313 last year when he got called up in September. Carlos Narvaez, another backup. And he played with the Yankees too, which is depressing as is. And I don't even think he's played that much. I just got a text. Someone texted me. Oh. Do you want this? Sure. Sure. Okay. Yeah. I believe Carlos Narvaez, for his entire career, has played like 7 games as a backup last year. And I don't even think he hit, was it 240? No. Well, I think it was lower. I think it was like 230. Now, out of these 2, I think man. I don't know who I would want to be the backup catcher. If I had to guess, I might go Sabol, just by the average wise. If I had to guess, I think it might be Sabol. Blake Sabol. I don't even know too much about Blake Sabol. I don't even think I went over him too much. Now he got .313, no homers, 1 RBI in 11 games total. So he's got a little bit more experience. He's got a little more experience than Carlos Narvaez, which can be nice. Played 2 seasons, Played in 2023 as well with 110 games. So I think Sabol's definitely going to be the backup. And Narvaez is probably going to be sent down. Maybe. I don't understand why we have 3 catchers. I hope this is not a thing from last year where we have... I hope they don't call up Reese back up. I seriously hope not, because Reese did not play good last year. And we got the infield. Great. Infield, Costas is still on the team, even through all these bloody rumors that he's going to get traded. So I think he's still going to be staying on the team. Give him at least a full season. Because last year, he got hurt in April and didn't even come back till like June. So he was hurt for a big chunk of the season. And when he came back, he obviously struggled. It didn't heat up until like the end of the season, especially with that 3-homer game against the Twins. Now, I'd like to see Casas give him one more season because people are saying he's going to be a 40 home run hitting guy in the next year or two. I would like to give him at least a season, see how well he does. If he struggles mightily, gotta trade him off, send him down, do whatever you need to do. But if we acquire a guy like Bregman, or if we get Bregman, which I keep hearing, which I've heard for a little bit that he might be playing second base, which I don't know why. But shoot, I lost my train of thought. I don't understand why they still classify Rafaela as a infielder. I mean, he is an infielder. He can put. He's like your utility guy. I think Rafaela is going to start the year in center field. I honestly think Rafaela is going to play center. Because judging by Yoshida, if Yoshida doesn't play well in left, which Fenway left field, anybody can play out there. But I'm thinking they're probably going to move. Oh, yeah, that's right. Reese is gone. He's a free agent. I don't remember that. Phew, forgot about that. They're probably going to move Duran to left. I would say Rafaela is going to play in center because Rafaela played quite a bit at center last year because he had some good highlights out there in center field. Abreu's probably still going to be out there in right. Has to be. Abreu's got to be out there in right field. Gonzalez, probably a guy off the bench. Devers, obviously, right now, you're starting third baseman. Vaughn Grissom, probably going to start second base. David Hamilton, guy off the bench. Even though David Hamilton greatly outperformed Vaughn Grissom. Vaughn Grissom just stunk last year. Rafaela, obviously, guy off, probably going to play center. Nick Sogard. Nick Sogard. Oh, I just forgot Romy Gonzalez. Another utility man guy going to be off the bench. Sogard, probably same thing, going to be off the bench. If not, he's going to be starting in AAA. And Trevor Story. Trevor Story. What are we going to do about him? If he stays healthy, which I hope he does, because the Sox defense desperately needs a guy like Trevor Story on the infield defense. He needs to stay healthy. Last year, I was surprised when he came back so early from, that shoulder injury. So I hope he comes back, he actually plays healthy. So we had him in 2022, 2023. So we're in the 4th year of the Trevor Story contract. And it's getting a little ridiculous. Both the Xander Bogaerts and Trevor Story contracts are getting absolutely, atrocious. And I was happy at the signing at the time with Trevor Story, but now, nope. Last year, in a very limited sample size, only played, 26 games. 255 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs on the season. Obviously, he struggled quite a bit last year. I mean, he got hurt in that game against the Angels. But Story's definitely going to be the starting shortstop. I'd say Grissom gets the start over Hamilton, but depending on spring training, I'd still maybe give the edge to Grissom right now. Jared, what's up? And outfield. Wilyer Abreu, like I said, he's probably going to be in right. Duran, probably out there in left. Garcia. I always forget to say his name correctly. Jahosti Naxan Garcia. That's how I believe it's said. I don't know too much about him. Other than I believe he's getting called up this year. Do not know too much about this guy since coming to Boston. So last year, obviously 2 years ago, he's with Salem. And now he's on the Double-A team. Finished out Double-A last year, so he was getting called for a spring training appearance. Do I think he's making the major league team? Absolutely not. Not happening. Do I think he might play okay in spring training? Hopefully. But Wilyer Abreu's out there and right, no matter what. Oh, we want Puppy. Duran's out there and left, no matter what. Refsnyder, he's the same thing as last year. He's going to be off the bench, a platoon guy. And Mr. DH himself, Masataka Yoshida. Masataka Yoshida, as of right now, per Alex Cora. Hopefully he will come back after having, shoulder surgery in the offseason. They're saying they can hope for him to play in the outfield this year. Judging by 2 seasons ago, where he could not play in the outfield because he was, quote-unquote, tired playing in left field. Yeah, here, as of 9 days ago, Alex Cora said last week that being able to play in the outfield would be great for the roster. Do I think he's going to play in the outfield for a lot of the year? No. I hope he does. I think he probably will get a few starts in the outfield, more than likely. Man. I mean, the outfield is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not worried too much about the outfield because you got Wilyer Abreu out there and right, Mr. Gold Glove and Gold Glove winner. You got Jarren Duran, who can play good defense anywhere and stays healthy. And you got Rafaela, who can play anywhere, shortstop, second base, outfield. Because last year he had great highlights in center field, which I thought were pretty good. They weren't just great, they were phenomenal. So outfield, I'm not worried about. Devers going to first base if we sign a guy like Bregman. Because if we sign a guy like Bregman, I expect him to play third. He has to. Because I don't think he can. I've never seen him play second base. But that's the rumors I've been hearing if they sign Bregman. If you move Bregman over to third base, Devers is probably going to go to first. Because Devers is too young. He's not being a full-time DH. It's not happening. He's not a JD Martinez. So you move Devers over to first base, and then you got a choice to make. Are you trading Casas away somewhere? Because we've tried that, and Casas ain't getting any bids. I shouldn't say it like that, but he's not getting any attention from these teams. And the one trade that would have went through was Seattle that had Casas involved with it. We tried trading Yoshida in his $18 million a season contract, and obviously that didn't work. But I'm all for keeping Triston Casas on the team. If you got to move Bregman over to second base and he's willing to go to second base, then so be it. I will put Bregman at second base and take him over Vaughn Grissom any day of the week. Because Vaughn Grissom, his limited sample size, he didn't play good. In fact, he had like one hit for most of the year, and that was a double off the wall at Target Field. And it drove in, 1 run, 2 runs? And that was really the only production Vaughn Grissom had. And I believe someone told me, that Bregman is willing to play second base. Which is good. Something. Let me check something. I want to see what the Sox payroll is right now, heading into this season on Spotrac. I love Spotrac, by the way. Great website. All right, this is the Sox. I just want to go over this. This is the Sox payroll. Obviously, Rafi Devers getting paid the most. Trevor Story getting paid 22. I forget. It's 22.5 million a season. That hurts me. For the limited production we've gotten from Trevor Story and the injuries, this hurts. This does hurt because Trevor Story is a good asset to have out at short, but he just is injury prone. I think he can still bounce back. Giolito getting paid 19 million a season. He's going to play it this year and next year. I believe he opted into his believe he said he opted into his option. Yoshida getting paid 18.6 million a season. Oh, he did. Man. Walker Buehler getting paid 18 million this season. Plus that so the $21 million probably opening day starter. Chapman getting paid 10.75 million for 1 year. Liam Hendricks could play in this year. Only $6 million for Liam. Dang. Garrett Whitlock getting paid $5.5 million. Speaking of Garrett Whitlock, Garrett Whitlock is going to be playing out of the bullpen this year. So Garrett Whitlock is no longer a starter, which I have been asking for forever. And finally, I get my wish. He will not be a starter. He will not be a starter. Thank you, Lord. Patrick Sandoval, he's probably going to be like a long man type. Well, he's not going to play until, I believe they said after the All-Star break. A couple weeks after the All-Star break. Got Tanner Houck, obviously going to be a good starter. Currently in arbitration 1. That scares me. At $3.95 million, Garrett Crochet, second stage of arbitration at $3.8. Jarren Duran getting paid his salary that he wanted. Carter Crawford at $2.75. Brian Bayo at $2.6 million. Justin Wilson getting signed. I did not know that Justin Wilson has played 12 years in the big leagues. Rob Refsnyder getting paid $2.1 million off the bench. Rafael only getting paid $1.25 million. Abreu getting the minimum. Bernardino the same. And all these guys on pre-arbitration. Wong, Winkowski, Weissert, Slayton, Sable, Priester, Perales. And they're all getting paid like the bare bones minimum. We'll be keeping these guys for a while. Trying to think if there's anything I should talk about quick. I don't think there's anything really I need to talk about too much. All right. One last thing I might take a look was those betting odds. Oh, something just popped up about Alex Bregman. Long, no pitching, no matter what. Nope, not talking about the Patriots. Yeah, MLB projected win totals for 2025. I took a look at this yesterday. Sox are favored to have 86 wins, so we're going to be a third place in the division. So 86 and 76 record. And we should be pretty good, right? I want to check Grandma's yard. The yard is doing fine, except it's been too cold to do anything. As of right now, the Sox have a 25-1 odds to win the World Series per ESPN. And they have a 14-1 odds to win the AL and a plus 475 to win the division. And are favored from ESPN to have 84 wins. Yeah, not too much news going around with this Sox team. Maybe we'll actually get some news eventually. But all right, enough of me yapping. I'm gonna scoot. This was a little short, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Bye.